Chapter 27. Garrett. 1 year later. 2 years since the failed proposal. So apparently Colton is over his vendetta against women. Wade tells me he's met some girl named Julia, who is the sister of one of the waitresses who works at the bar where Wade has a regular gig. Yeah, Wade landed himself a hell of a spot over at this bar called Mingle's. Evidently it isn't the kind of bar where you would take a girl you want to take home to your mom. Colton has taken up residence as a bouncer there because of some of the stories that Wade's shared about Mingle's with Colton. I can't picture Colton as a bouncer. He says it's more like a glorified babysitting job so he can keep an eye on Wade. Either way, Colton's met a girl. Never thought I'd live to see the day. He and I have kind of been each other's coaches in the single and staying that way realm. Guess I'm flying solo on that again. Well, there's always Dalton and Jack, but they never mention women and are very reserved about their private lives. I suppose I should do the same now that I've lost my confidant. Next thing I know, he's going to be condoning relationships, and I doubt if I can handle that. Dalton, Jack, and I are driving to pick up Wade and go to Colton's. He's hired some ranch hands to help out with Rebel and Maya, since he's not home nearly as much with his job. In the meantime, he still needs help until they start. We're packed to go, and the three of us get into Dalton's Escalade as we drive to the ranch. Wade is ready to go once we get to his place. You have a gig last night? I ask Wade as he enters the truck. Yeah, went really well, too. That place is happening. Place rocks when we're on. They love this one song we play, this little catchy tune the boys and I put together. It's really easy to sing along to once you get the chorus down. We stopped the instruments in the middle of the chorus and the whole place was singing along. It was really cool. Sounds awesome, I say. You should play it for us later. Sure. We pull up to Colton's house, and his car is parked in the driveway. I'll go run inside and see if he's eaten yet. Quit trying to cop a free meal, man, Dalton remarks. Kiss my ass, I'm hungry, Wade says as we look around outside for Colton. He spends most of his time outside, and it's surprising to see that he's not outdoors this morning. He must be inside, Dalton says to me and Jack. Wade is already in the house. As we walk in, Wade calls out, Hey, guys, come here. You gotta see this. He's killing himself laughing, standing at Colton's bedroom door. The three of us walk in and my face immediately turns beet red. Colton is in bed with who I can only guess is Julia, since I've never met her. And I'm not just talking in bed as in asleep. They're definitely in the middle of or just finished doing something unchristian. Both are under the covers, but clearly naked. Julia's long brown hair looks like she's just come out of a windstorm, and Colton's hair isn't much better. Whoa, I say, putting my hand up to my face to cover my eyes. Yeah, very funny, Wade. Thanks a lot, Colton seethes. Dalton and Jack walk over and introduce themselves, despite the awkwardness, and I play along, making sure I keep my eyes above her neck. I can even detect her being a bit breathless, and I thought I'd seen everything. Jack and Dalton walk out of the bedroom, shaking their heads. I grab Wade and pull him out of the bedroom before Colton beats the shit out of him. 20 minutes later, the two lovebirds join us outside. Julia is very sweet, visibly embarrassed, but she's holding Colton's hand and leaning into his arm. He's lapping it up, squeezing her hand, kissing her head, and murmuring to her low enough that only she can hear him. You guys hungry? I'm starving, but I give it a perfunctory 10 seconds before I respond, and at that time, all three of my other brothers have stated that they're starving too. A car passes from the other side of the street in front of Colton's house, and I notice that Julia freezes. I glance at the car, and some guy is sitting in it, kind of ogling Julia. Colton glares at him but says nothing. Charles, Colton's neighbor, saunters across the street to us. You know him, Colton? Unfortunately, yes. He been hanging around? Yeah, I've been watching him. He's Julia's ex-fiancé. Colton answers, the questioning expression he's receiving from all angles. Well, I'd be keeping watch too, if my fiancé were as beautiful as Julia here, if you don't mind me saying so, Charles states. They get off into a brief conversation that I don't pay attention to. Another car drives by. The driver doesn't look my way, but I recognize the car and the license plate. I allow myself 5 seconds to observe the driver, who is seemingly lost, and pausing to check something on the passenger side, and then the driver continues on their travels. I would have thought I was hallucinating,